Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys we are going to be talking about and discussing about the new Blue Eyes White Dragon support that just got announced today. Now, if you guys want to look up the cards, see the card artwork, see the card effects more in detail, you can actually go to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization page. They will have all the information there because it was just posted a few hours ago. But in this video, what we're going to be doing is going over the card effects and discussing the applications of using these cards possibly and the different variations of Blue Eyes White Dragon decks. So your fusion, your standard, your ritual-based Blue Eyes, and possibly other variations that may come about it. There are a ton of different ways to play your Blue Eyes White Dragon decks. So that's what we're going to be talking about with these cards and their application in said decks. So the first one they come out of, and this one hit home for me. They made Blue Eyes White Dragon Jet into a card. Let's all have a moment and go, yes, 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 finally. Finally, they made Blue Eyes White Jet into a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Like, thank you. I've been waiting 20 years for this moment. Finally, it has arrived. I get to play. I'll play the music from the movie when he's flying Blue Eyes White Dragon Jet when I activate this card. That is my goal into 2022. Life goals, right? Jokingly aside. So, Blue Eyes White Dragon Jet, artwork's awesome, but it's a level 8 light dragon effect monster. 3,000 attack, 0 defense. I guess because the way it flies, it has 0 defense. I guess. It is an awkward machine to fly, but it does have 3,000 attack. No defense, though. So, yeah. But this card, you can only use the first and third effect of this card's name once per turn. You must have Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field or in your graveyard to activate these effects. So that's pretty basic. That's very generic for any Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. That is going to happen. First effect. If a cards on your field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. If it was there when they were destroyed, or hand if not. So pretty much this is a self-float replication monster. Something gets destroyed, your cards get destroyed, a lightning storm hits, something generic gets destroyed, you get to bring this bad boy out into the field. At the start of this damage step, if this card battles, you can target one card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. That's pretty good. So pretty much the other effect is, the second effect is, other cards you control can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, guys. So, what are my thoughts on this card here? I give this card a pretty much is going to be played in just about every Blue Eyes White Dragon variation. Now, the question is, what ratio would I probably play this card at? Because its first effect, that it gets to easily come onto the field, that's great. The effect gives me blanket protection. Other cards you control can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Even in 2022, that's pretty decent. For a free thing you can just throw out onto the field. It has decent attack, that's great. Yes, the defense is not the greatest, but still, it's going to be an attack position. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles, you get to target one card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. It gets to remove stuff too. So, this is a staple one of, I feel like, in every Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. And I would say maybe more than one of, but it does take some setup, and maybe it's a 2 of, but I'm leaning more towards 1 of, because look at Blue Eyes White Spirit Dragon, right? Look at some of these Abyss Dragon. Look at some of these cards that are good, like back row removal, great. Ability to do combo extension plays with Abyss Dragon in certain Blue Eyes decks, good. But would you play it at more than multiple? I don't know. This card could be a 1 or 2 of. A 3 of, I don't think so. But a 1 or 2 of is definitely good. The fact that it can be set up in graveyard through Foolish Burial, Dragon Shrine, Future Fusion, just to have it engraved set up is great. Because you can easily just be like, okay, I'm going to send a vanilla and I'm going to send this. That way this card is live right off the bat. Because you can use Dragon Shrine and bam, there you go. Because it states you can only use, pretty much what does it say here? You can only use the first and third effect once per turn. You must have Blue Eyes White Dragon on your field or in your graveyard to activate these effects. So a Dragon Shrine, sending a vanilla Blue Eyes and this to graveyard, sets this card up right off the bat. That's why I say it's probably a 1 or 2 of at most. I'm leaning more towards 1. But this is a good card that I think I would try to fit in a majority of my Blue Eyes White Dragon decks. Which is really good. The next one is we have the Lord of Dragon, Dragon no Diester, or the Tyrant of D. So Lord Dragon, the Tyrant of D. Take that as you will, the Tyrant of D. We have the Lord of D, we have the King of D, now we have the Tyrant of D. Are we doing some BDS stuff in here, I guess? I don't know. He's He's playing that Blue Eyes White Dragon horn. So, I mean, you take... If your mind is going somewhere else, I don't know. I'm not putting those thoughts in your head. That's yourself. Just saying. But let's get into this card effect. Light for Dark Spellcaster. Tyrant of D, a level 4 Dark Spellcaster. Food for thought. Attack 1,200. Defense 1,100. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. You can send 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or deck to graveyard. Okay. From graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. So it's an extension card. It's easy to get onto the field, and it's a combo extension for different things. Pretty good. Number 2, you can discard 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon or 1 card that specifically lists it in its text. Then target 1 Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Number 3 effect. If you control a Blue Eyes monster, you choose the attack targets for the opponent's attack. So, what are my thoughts on this card? It is an extension for combo extension. But the thing is, it's not like Blue Eyes White Dragon Jet because it's a level 8. I can use it for Exceed Fodder. Level 8 Exceed Fodder, and it's a dragon. This is a level 4 Dark Spellcaster. Link Fodder, I guess. But it's easy to get on the field more than that. Yes, it's an extension play, but let's tone it down for a moment. It does set up plays by discarding the Blue Eyes White Dragon or one, pretty much, or a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a card that lists Blue Eyes White Dragon specifically in hand to grave. That is spells and traps, but especially if there's certain Blue Eyes cards, maybe you want to set it up in grave and then you can reborn it back with Lord of the Dragon Returns, Monster Reborn, Silver's Cry. You see these combos you can go down because you're discarding. Think of how you use trade-in a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck sometimes. You're setting up future plays for yourself. And also, in addition to that, drawing some free cards as long as you don't get Ash Blossom. But that's what I'm trying to say here. So it's a good card in that respect for extension. The effect that you can discard, you can then target 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon monster in graveyard, special summon it. I'm assuming from this card text, you can discard 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon or 1 card that's specifically listed in its text, then target 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon in your graveyard, special summon it. So you're going to have to get rid of 1 Blue Eyes to special summon this onto the field. You have to discard a Blue Eyes White Dragon, so that's 2 cards, or a card that listed to reborn something. I don't know. Yeah, you can normal summon it. And Blue Eyes White Dragon, unless you're summoning Sage of the Eyes of Blue, Manju if you're playing Ritual or something of that nature, you don't worry so much about the normal summon. So this card is good, but I don't know how good. Yes, your opponent if you control a Blue Eyes monster, you can choose the attack your opponent attacks, the monster your opponent attacks. That's cool and all. That's self-built-in protection in a way. But let's just say this. Blue Eyes White Dragon, guys. Who's going to be attacking a Blue Eyes White Dragon? Just saying. I mean, yes, there are cards that will run over a Blue Eyes White Dragon. But, generically speaking, Blue Eyes White Dragon and Blue Eyes White Dragon cards are high attack-based monsters. People, generically speaking, are not going to run into it unless they have an out for it. Or they can make a bigger monster and try to run over it. So when I say that is, this card I think has potential, but much playtesting must be done. The next card we have is Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. Level 8 Light Fusion Effect. Monster. 3,400 attack. Nice. Defense 2,900. Materials 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon and plus 1 Dragon Monster. Must be either fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by attributing 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon equipped with a fusion monster. There's gotta be more. Unless we're using Tyrant Wings, there's gotta be more card support coming out to support this. But let's get into the effects. Unaffected by trap effects. Okay. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each turn. Decent attack. That's pretty good. Number 3 effect. Once per turn, if this card battles, at the end of the damage step, you can only target 1 trap in your graveyard. Set that in your spell or trap zone. That's good for, I think it's Ultimate Creature of Destruction, which is the trap card that you can equip to Blue Eyes White Dragon. Great card. But it also works with a new Soul card that just came out of the Mega Tins. The problem is, I have looked over these other cards here, and I'm just sitting here going, I don't know how you're going to reach those requirements to go into this card. If you're playing this card, you're going to have to build the deck more specifically around it unless we get other support, because to fit this card in a Blue Eyes White Dragon standard fusion deck is kind of hard. Unless we get more support, which I'm assuming we may get a little bit more announcements because this set is in January and I know everything has not been announced yet. I think everything for Dark Magician has, but for Blue Eyes White Dragon, I think we may get 1 or 2 more cards. I'm hoping we get a legit Blue Eyes White Dragon fusion because we really need that at this point because of this next card as well, which we're just going to be talking about. Ultimate Fusion. Quick play spell. I had my hopes so high when I first saw this artwork. You can only activate this card's name once per turn. Number first effect. During your main phase, fusion summon 1 fusion monster that lists Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon as a material. By shuffling fusion listed monsters on it from your hand, field, or graveyard into your deck, including at least 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Then you can destroy face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Blue Eyes White Dragons and Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons as material from the field. This card is good. I say it's a Blue Eyes fusion, yes, because you get the fusion summoned. Summon 1 fusion monster on list Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon as material. By shuffling fusion monsters listed on it from the field or graveyard, include at least 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon and 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Then you can. So this card's good for going for Dragon Master Knight, it seems like. And this card is kind of based off Thunder Dragon Fusion, and I may not be understanding the card effect properly. I've read over this 3 times, and I'm trying to understand it. I pulled out my Thunder Dragon deck that I still have, and I was like, okay, I compared the Thunder Dragon Fusion to this. It's very similar. This card is good, and I think it has potential, but it does. I think it's a good card, but I don't know how it would fit into my Blue Eyes Fusion deck. And I am looking at it, and I'm saying, okay, how does this work with the other fusion card? Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? The card is good. I may be misinterpreting it, so this is my fault. But I'm trying to. I need to play test it with my fusion deck, which I haven't done so, with this card to see how I would integrate it, see how it would work, see the different applications. It is a quick play spell, so it does have a lot of different applications that it can be used for, but more playtest needs to be done. I think the card has potential. I think it's good. But I just don't know the ratio for this one at all. It does have potential. It is a Blue Eyes Fusion, technically. So that's a good thing. It is a quick play spell. That's a good thing. It is pretty good. But it's not what I had hoped to be a Blue Eyes Fusion, because in a Blue Eyes Fusion deck, you need to... It's really hard to explain. If you're relying simply on the 3 vanillas to make all your fusion plays, it's not going to work. That's why Alternative is so good in a Blue Eyes fusion deck. That's why King of the Swamp is still played, because it can be a substitute. So that's why I'm saying this is not everything I was hoping for. I was more aiming actually for like a Shaddoll fusion rather than a Thunder Dragon fusion, because I can bring it out of my deck. It helps me set up for my other spell cards. That's what I'd hoped more for. This is good. Don't get me wrong. I gotta figure out how to apply this card in a sense. The next card we had is Awakening I cannot pronounce this word. Appropriation with the Blue Eyes. Continuous spell card. That's cool. When you activate this card, you can also reveal 1 Blue Eyes Red Dragon in your hand. If you did, special summon one monster from your hand. This is really good. This helps out sometimes with certain cards that it can be a little bit pain to get onto the field. So it can help set up different plays, which is really good. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster you control. Return that face-up monster to the hand. Cool. Then you can apply one of these effects based on its original name. Blue Eyes Red Dragon. Special summon 1 monster from your hand. Otherwise, special summon 1 Blue Eyes Red Dragon from your hand. So if it's a Blue Eyes Red Dragon returning, I get to special summon 1 monster from your hand. Otherwise, special summon 1 Blue Eyes Red Dragon monster from your hand. So this works out pretty well. There are some applications, especially with Sage of the Eyes of Blue and with Manju for ritual versions with this card, because I can normal summon Manju, bounce it back, bring out a Blue Eyes Red Dragon card. And then I can reuse Manju next turn, bounce it back. You see how I'm trying to say here, because Manju, it says, once per turn you can target 1 face-up monster you control. Return it face up. So I can go normal summon Manju, get my effect off, bounce Manju, bring out a Blue Eyes card. Repeat, rinse, recycle to some degree. Really, really cool. Really, really neat. I think this card has a lot of potential. But, like, again, it's not one of these cut and dry Blue Eyes cards where I'm like, Blue Eyes by Dragon Jet, hey, these are the applications. You probably are going to run this ratio. This card, maybe a 1 or 2 of. But, again, more play testing to be done because it's very situational. It's a good card, but I don't know if I'd play this in every Blue Eyes Red Dragon deck. And I don't know the ratio fully. I'm leaning towards 2, but that could change. So that's the new Blue Eyes cards we got, guys. I'm hoping we get some more announced. I know this was an 18-minute long video, but I wanted to go in-depth in my thoughts about these cards. I think they're pretty good. I think Blue Eyes Red Jet is definitely maybe the best one. The Blue Eyes Fusion is pretty good. The Lord of D one is, I don't know. I need to play with that more. The Fusion is pretty good. Need more play testing to figure out how to apply that to a Blue Eyes Fusion deck. And then the last one I think is really good there too. Because of the different applications you can use it for in different Blue Eyes strategies. So it has a lot of potential that I think can be untapped, but playtesting needs to be done. And for the Fusion, I'm hoping we get some more cards. If they're just relying upon cards like Tyrant Wing to go for that, I don't know if it's going to cut it. So, saying that, I need to see more support to help that card become good because it has a lot of potential. It just needs to be easier to bring out into the field. So, tell me your thoughts down below on these new Blue Eyes cards. And until next time, guys, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling to all of you guys. Go Blue Eyes White Dragon. And I'll see you all next time. Good luck dueling to all of you.